Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, with Black Fox dropping and actually really surprising me when it comes down to how this all kind of started with a little sneak peek, oh my god, I'm getting bodied, which I truly thought was going to be, um, like episode by episode, not like a full blown just movie out of nowhere. So to see that was pretty cool. Not only that, we then get to see just what is possible in this world that we were kind of left off of after the whole preview. And by God, it was hype. Um, I was not expecting this show to do anything like a movie. So to get all of this like really quickly to the point blew my mind. And not only did it blow my mind, it just goes to show you what um, like great storytelling and great animation can do for such a needed, like the show needed this animation and stuff like that. In the case of, and I shouldn't say need. It deserved this animation because not only was this show like ridiculously hype and have some awesome moments in it, it's also one of those things where you can't put much of anything on here when it comes down to what our main character ended up learning and what really transpired behind closed doors. Now that we're actually getting to see more and more of that, it should be really clear to people that whoever is running the show, which we see is like this bald guy at the end, which is the second friend that the dad said used to be his friends a long time ago, and now they're not. Um, it's stuff like that that gives you the overall thought process of what can be and is possible. So we know quite a bit of what's going to happen. Like, if the show continues, she's clearly going to hunt down the last member that she knows is a part of the attack, the raid on her house and stuff like that. So to know that we're getting all of that and then whatever occurs afterwards is just going to be either another movie, like a second part, or it's just gonna be episodes, which either way I don't mind. I just want to see where this is going like I usually do. Some things in these shows just make it very, very clear that, whatever kind of comes next can be absolutely hype. And I'm gonna skip this unfortunately because I don't want to give away a far in the game story detail to people and spoil them. Plus, I've already like been through the whole game pretty much, so I'm just redoing it because some unfortunate things happened. But overall, we are pretty close to seeing what is going to be the end all be all for this show in the case of are we going to get her revenging her father and actually, having to take someone's life? Or is it going to be one of these instances where she has a way out of it and gets to, show just how dangerous she really is if you actually push her to that limit. So I really want to know what you guys are feeling about this movie. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys, want more of it? Is it something that you wish was like episodic and took its time, there to actually flesh all this out, or do you enjoy just getting it as soon as possible and just watching it all? Holy crap, that was loud. I apologize. The boss fights just do whatever they want. They just make sounds because they're bosses, and I turn off all audio because I'm playing this live right now. But for some reason, his attacks are breaking through the audio of being muted, so I apologize. But overall, we are definitely getting an amazing story out of this. So if you drop this for any reason, you're missing out hugely, hugely. Not only did we go from a story of a girl who lost her family, but she pretty much made her own family with her roommates and just learning how to, coexist with them, and not only just coexist, but they were getting put in positions where they had to make a choice. They had to make the choice of, I'm gonna stay here clean and take care of everything, and our main girl's like, well, I got to, um, I have to actually go out and make money, which is what we see her doing. Oh, which we see her doing the with the agency, like being a detective, quote unquote, and stuff like that. So she's learning all these things, she's trying to grow, and then after all that is said and done, we then see how much she can do as of, the new stuff that she's acquired after her family's passed away, which she's still like pretty rookie at everything she's doing. So that was also a really fun part of it, was just seeing her still growing with her gadgets. And if she literally didn't bring one part of her gadget, she would have like lost a lot of her hand, or like she would have scarred up her hand ridiculous right at the beginning of the show. So they really don't hold anything back, which is cool by me, because a lot of shows do like kind of dumb down characters to make things feel more authentic or whatever. Like, oh, now it looks like and it feels like they're having a challenge, or stuff like that, which I never really cared for. But to be fair, I really want to see just how much we're going to get overall, because as of now, this show is this show is pretty up. Oh, this movie now. This movie is pretty up there for me now. The girl that we see attacking in the raid, who really did the most damage and stopped the most damage from happening to them, what we find out is, a very innocent young, like pretty much a sweetheart, just caught up on the wrong team in the wrong place, and, has the worst father of all times. All of those things being said, she still shows up and pretty much takes the show with how and like impactful she was to the main character and stuff like that. So not only did our main girl kind of want to destroy everybody for taking her family, she didn't know what it was to be um like her grandfather, because she was so looking forward to maybe being a scientist and not even worried about killing. And then on the backside, she still had all the training up to that point if she ever wanted to still do that part of the family line. So it's stuff like that that really get me excited for this overall stuff, and let me know that there's a chance for anything to happen within this anime like world when it comes down to us getting a whole bunch of episodes now after this, or getting a second movie. And, regardless of what happens, I'll definitely be here talking about it, because this blew my mind. Absolutely hyped to watch, and very impactful in general, in the case of making girl characters who don't need to be overly, like, hot and cute and all this other stuff, or like have a body of a model and all this stuff, and relatively still be a kick-ass girl, So I really do appreciate this approach, and the way it was done was brilliantly. The all the techno stuff within it was probably the best part for me, because it's such a callback to a game called Strider Hear You. I think it's just mostly called Strider, but he pretty much has the same type of like animatronics, but I'm not sure if they have sentient life and they can uh, choose things for themselves. But with what he has birds, he has dogs. He has everything she has, but more. Like he has a lot more of them. From if you go look up like Marble Infinite and look up Strider in there, you can see like every single animal he has is just part of his move set, and some of them aren't even animals too. So that's what it kind of reminded me of, and then it gives me the vibes of like Tony Stark, technology and stuff like that, just being ahead of the curve and not nobody really being able to do much about it, right? Just you try to stop him, and you come to find out you're just not better than him. You're just he's just better. So I love the idea of her being that intelligent, and she's not even fully grown into her capabilities of her science, in my opinion. Like she could probably still grow tremendously in that field, but most of her time and effort are being put out to use in physical ways. Like she's going out being a ninja, and being anything she can be besides just the scientist that her father was, because she wants revenge. She wants to take out these people, and now knowing that she has so many people that can easily be manipulated or even attacked at times, now that your identity is out there and you're still alive, all these different stuff really bring out chances for anything, and we now see that with the person smiling and grinning at the overall sight of knowing one of his experiments or one of his test subjects have been found thanks to her, right? So it comes down to that type of stuff that really gives this movie its oomph. And I kind of knew we weren't done. Like as soon as I remembered that there was the bald guy and how much effort, how much time and effort we put into just beating one person who was a part of the raid, I was like, there's no way they're gonna fit in the bald guy getting taken out too because he's got to go. So that was pretty crazy to me, just to see how much was actually still missing, right? Like how much was still not talked about. So that's another really big like point for me to see is just where does all of that lead, and when it leads there, are we going to be watching it in episodes, or is it just going to be a big movie and we're going to get some crazy action here and there throughout it? So I'm really interested to seeing how you guys feel about this. We got that sneak preview, and it was, the same amount of time that it was in the movie. Like it probably stops around like 23 minutes, 22 minutes, being the preview of what you saw if you watched it. But just knowing that this show or this movie has this much potential, I can't wait to see, just whatever they bring. I got to go all the way around. But with all that being said, I've already said it once. I want to know what you guys are feeling about it. Did you enjoy it? Did you um, get blown away when they treated the movie as if they knew, like not that they knew it was a movie, but it was almost taken like someone in the show was just making a movie, and when it came up and it's like starring this person as this person, like it felt really, it felt like someone, like an audience that was in that world was watching it, right? Because they use like the names of the people in the show. I'm not sure. I don't think I saw the like voice actors for them or the voice actresses and stuff. So I don't know. It was really cool. I like where they're going with it. I can definitely see myself catching the next one whenever that is, if there is something else that comes after. There's got to be, with the cliffhanger that they left, and not only just a cliffhanger, but imagine if she built stuff. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I'm your boy, the Anime J, and I will definitely talk to you in the next one. So with that, peace.